Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of FANMEN Beyond. I'm your host, DJ Go.
Chris Davis. What's going on, sir?
Who are you again?
I know, it's been a bit.
Yeah,
Just
sorry about
looking through notes, and it was like a solid month in between shows.
Whenever we take back-to-back off-setting vacations, the whole world blows up.
The whole thing kind of fell apart.
Yeah, that and house chores and the sun trying to kill us over the last week kind of just dampened everything.
The last few days were brutal.
It was brutal. I'm dying to see my electric bill.
Hit 108 on a real field. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Beyond stupid.
Horrible.
Joking. Golfing the day before the 4th, and it was actually warmer up here than it was when I golfed in Orlando 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And that was like 106. And I said, never again.
Yeah, no, it's gross. Absolutely gross.
It was no fun.
It absolutely just sucked on wheels. It was horrible. My poor dogs, man, they kept wanting to go outside.
Lots of said, yeah, the cat was sitting there just trying to get out on the porch. I'm like, yeah, no, you're going to melt. Or burst into flames.
You don't want to do
One
that.
of the two. There's really no reason for you to go out there.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So we're going to try our best to stay focused on the task at hand today. We have all this stuff to talk about, but the gist of this episode is going to be all movie related. We are basically halfway through the summer movie season, pretty much.
Yeah. And
it's been surprising.
There's definitely been some tempo. There's things that popped better than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because all the stuff and it's funny, obviously we live in a world where the tomato score matters, even though I could give two shits, but everything that's quote unquote busting has great review scores, and everything that's making money kind of has dog shit ones, which is weird.
It's interesting. Before, you didn't really care as much about the critics, and it was more just the audience. And we'll get into it a little deeper with our main topic here. But you're seeing some people zag. I don't know if you saw the news about Nolan. So the Odyssey's coming out in 2 weeks.
It's getting ripped.
And Nolan came out and said, it's getting ripped. But for those of you who care about who care about the pre-sales numbers, which we've always kind of contended, the Odyssey is giving a giant middle finger to everybody else. It is setting all kinds of pre-sale records.
Yeah. Well, because everyone who wants to see it has to see it in all the big big formats.
The Odyssey, beyond any of the other ones that you see, that's going to be the one that's still in theaters when you get to Labor Day, late August. It's going to be there for a while.
Well, that's the one that's going to need the award push.
It's going to have the most legs of any of this other stuff.
Of course. So, we see,
But sorry, I forgot my thought.
Yeah.
So we talked about tomato scores and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that tends to come into play is, and we know some of these people, we have our good friend Klepp is very much an influencer when it comes to this stuff. No one canceled all of the influencer screenings.
Yeah.
Said, I don't need you. I'm good.
I'm Chris Nolan.
This is going to play. I just fed you the atomic bomb movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys loved it for 4 straight months. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And by the way, I have all of Hollywood in this movie. It's before you get to any of your little swingy spider people or any of the guys in armor later in the year, they're all playing with me.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It really is. I'll be curious to see. I'll end up going to see it because I love Damon.
Yeah, we'll talk about going to
Damon
see it.
And Barenthal, and
yeah, that might be. We were talking about that. Might be
Zendaya, Holland's in it. It
might be a good Alamo movie because we'll need the refills.
Need the refills, and I need my ass to be comfortable for 3 hours.
It's 5.5 weeks long.
I really need it to be. I need to be in a big leather recliner to see this thing.
The movie is actual minute for minute shot of the actual Odyssey, so we're going to be there for a couple months.
Good word. I can't even imagine making that thing. Holland was talking about it. He thought Nolan hated his performance because he never filmed anything with an IMAX camera before. Realizing that they could only load 3 minutes of film each time. So they're just constantly cutting as his ego is just plummeting. It was funny hearing him talk about it.
That's awesome.
But yes, to your point, going on Rotten Tomatoes, you can't peg it how you used to just based off of what you're seeing out there.
Yeah, because so number one, obviously, we're not going to do movie for movie, but Masters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I didn't think it was going to make $1 billion, nothing like that. Did not do great.
I thought it was going to do way better than it did.
It did. Same. I thought the movie I adore that movie. But like we were talking about earlier, it's like, it's just, you never know, like this newfangled generation of people, we don't know like what's going to grab their attention.
It's crazy. And that we probably should have taken that as a sign going into this particular one.
Yeah, which we're going to do.
Yeah.
One thing, have you been to the movie since what we're going to talk about today?
No, I just saw it. I saw it a little bit late. I saw it last Sunday.
Okay.
So haven't gone since.
I did go see, we went 4th of July morning. We got up and went and saw that Young Washington movie because my wife's a history person over there. Very, very good movie.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Great.
It wasn't on the radar at all, but I started to see posts about it. And
it was just something, like a kid had to go to work in the morning because take care of some overnight stuff.
102 degrees outside, so we're better to be than
102 degrees out,
air-conditioned movie theater.
100%. Popcorn for breakfast.
Never a bad thing.
Always a win.
Never.
I mean, if it was good, like obviously, and I had no idea, like Kelsey Grammer's in it and Andy Serkis, and like there's some big boys in that movie.
Massive names.
Ben Kingsley. So the kid who played Washington, you didn't know who he was, which helps. Kind of like we talked about when we did the He-Man stuff. You don't see so and so, you just see George Washington as a kid or whatever. And it was a cool section of history that you never see. All the stuff's always like crossing Delaware and the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, this is all like French war stuff, Indian War stuff. So it's totally different. It's almost kind of like George Washington, the First Avenger, the way they kind of plan it out, which is kind of fun. But
so akin to Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which
not as the movie was dope. That movie was fucking awesome. I love stuff like that.
It's a guilty pleasure. I love that movie.
Not that far
just for the hell of
it. It's all about how like when he first volunteered to do like most stuff and everything, he fucked up so bad that he was basically like, okay, I'm done. And then he went back, and from getting his ass kicked, he learned, oh, wait a minute, this isn't like Britain. Oh, there's trees and there's... So when it came time for his words, like, oh yeah, we're going to go run around.
Is funny.
We're going to go run and whoops around this fucking dude. It was that kind of stuff.
I like this. See, it's so... I always find it interesting how different people consume or gather information, right? Because what you just described is essentially like a giant part of the plot of Hamilton. But if you're not a musical person, it doesn't do anything for you, right?
Correct.
This was put into a medium where, that story is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well, and again, it's just, you've seen like the Giant who make all these, all the Revolutionary War stuff. It's either like the same part of the whole...
Pig Vomit play John Adams on HBO. Forgot about
great
that.
series.
Was a great
but again,
series.
it's always the same chunk of like the same like year.
Mm-hmm.
It's either that or a little kid pouring silver on his hand. That's all you ever get for Revolutionary War stuff.
Nobody wants to hear about Washington fucking up for years before and getting all kinds of people killed. Yeah,
but it's basically how he ended up figuring out how to win the whole thing. So it was very well. It was very good. And the costuming, top notch. I mean, it might be like, I know it's like the Angel Studios is kind of new. Might get some kind of award consideration for the costuming because the costuming's phenomenal. The cinematography was great. And I'm like, damn, where did these, like, I know they're like a streaming service or whatever, but like, where did they get the money to film this movie? Jesus Christ. They must have spent like,
so who did this one?
Angel Studios, which is
like,
it's like the Christian Netscape, Netflix, I mean.
Interesting.
Like Kevin Sorbo does a bunch of shit for him.
I was going to say,
Cameron and all that. Yeah.
Is this where these people ended up?
So like, it was kind of weird having like, you have like these battle scenes like canon.
Christian, but he's kind of, off the reservation Christian. Yeah.
It was weird seeing like all like cannonball shoot, but there's no blood and stuff like that. But it makes sense. It's cool. She wanted it to be a broader like audience thing. I guess actually, if you had like a K through 12 student like email, your kid did, you could register it and they'll pay for your kid to go see the movie just because they don't think they teach enough U.S. history nowadays. Which
that's called indoctrination. That's when they try to get you to what? That's how these things work.
Fair enough. You got me on that one. But anyway. But then I went back and I was like, it made $22 million this last weekend.
It's perfect.
And
they know it'll probably be out on digital like tomorrow. They knew you had a window.
Yeah.
Hit it around the 4th, hit it around the anniversary.
But they did all their own advertising. And guess what their budget was? Their budget was only $22 million.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
But legit, it looked like they spent $200 million on this movie. It was a gorgeous looking movie. So then again, I guess when you don't need like shiny rocks on gloves and purple guys, it does take the budget down.
When you can cut out the 8 to 9 months of post, or in some cases like Doomsday, the year plus of post.
Yeah, and you're not paying Downey $50 million. So anyway, all that kind of stuff.
Just trying to buy boxes office, but we'll get there.
But anyway, so that's what we saw. But yeah, it's been a weird summer for movies with what was hit or miss. And like you said, the Odyssey's coming. Odyssey's
coming. You have
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's coming. You have Toy Story 5 that's in theaters now.
Which you knew was going to be...
You knew it was going to do okay.
It was basically guaranteed.
But when you compare it... Now, I think that's a great barometer when you look at it, because that's cracked like 370-something million. You have established IP. This is a generational IP.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I remember watching like 1 through 3 with Harley on one of the Disney cruises, which was just hunkering down on the couch and blasting through this. So it predates the kid, right?
Yeah.
And even that's going to do half of what the last one did. It's not going to hit Toy Story 4 numbers.
Yeah.
You have a built-in audience. Like there's nothing you needed to do. You have the fucking Disney audience.
Yeah.
Which you put Buzz and Woody in anything,
Yeah.
They're going to be there, and the numbers aren't. Minions is going to be another good test. I think it'll do well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it won the weekend, but only beat Toy Story in its third week by about $3 million.
That's the thing. It's
but
strange.
Those two will cannibalize each other.
Yeah. It's very strange what we're seeing happening with the box office. The days of the $1 billion movie, like Superman, last 7-something, just under 8. It didn't hit Man of Steel numbers. And that was a big success, although people said it didn't hit $1 billion, so it's got to be a failure. You didn't get to.
Yeah.
I think the idea of the $1 billion box office.
Yeah. Although I think you might get close to Spider-Man.
You may.
You're going to get close with, like we said, the Odyssey. But it's just weird because, like, especially with, like, and I keep going back to the Masters thing and I should have known better, right? Because, like, He-Man was such, like, a niche in time. It was a phenomenal friggin' niche. It was like that 5-year span, 6-year span. And it just, it's going to tie into a piece of news I want to talk about. You'd feel that would kind of just scare everybody off.
You would think, but...
Amazon already said, we don't give a shit. We're making another one. We don't care. We're very happy with it.
You need people like Amazon and Netflix who really budget doesn't matter. We're world building here. And it doesn't... You're never going to go the way of... let's go in the Wayback Machine here. And this is very topical where I just read today that Marvel is going to be scrapping all publishing. They're going to go full digital by 2030. Doesn't make money. We don't want to print books. We don't care that you want to collect books. We just want the IP. We go, think of everything that went wrong there. The only thing that kicked that off was the fact that you had this perfect marriage of Downey with the character, with Favreau, and a budget that was a fraction of what you did in any of the other ones, right? It was really like, shit, we got lucky once. Let's see if we can do it again. And they did, as they were introducing characters, they had a ton. We've gone through years and years of misfires here. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, fuck, I'm never watching that one again. I have no idea. Poor Shang-Chi. You're never going to see him again.
Even the misfires made money because people were just like, they were so caught up in the Marvel moment.
They were hopeful of Marvel.
Yeah, and I got to watch for the next one because there's a new one every 6 months. I got to keep it going.
Right, because what if I miss something that's at the end?
They indoctrinated people.
Exactly.
They conditioned people to need to see the Marvel movie every 6 months.
That there was going to be 1 to 2 of them each year, and you had to see them,
or else you weren't going to know what the fuck
you
was
weren't
going
to catch up, and then
they tried to keep doing it with the Disney Plus shows, and people went, we caught on to you. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no,
watching this
I
shit.
like some of them. All right, another little side. One of the things that pisses me off is you wasted one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe, i.e. the Super Skrull, in a show that almost none of us watched. You and I did.
That show was horrible. That shit sucked.
I liked people that were starring in it.
And Super Skrull is awesome. You're
never going to see him again.
No.
No. I don't get it.
Wasn't Super Skrull her?
Yes.
Makes it even worse, I think.
For certain, and that ties into what we're going to be talking about. Yeah.
So, but anyway, they are, this whole,
don't mind me, I've been sitting over here looking for Spider-Man box office results.
Oh, that's fine. They've been $1 billion since not the first one. The first one was almost because Danny was in it, and then since the people took to
You're
the
talking
kid.
The Holland ones.
Yes. But I think when you adjust the Toby ones, at least 1 and 2, they're close.
No Way Home, 2021, grossed $1.9 billion worldwide.
That's all.
From Home, 1.1, yeah. And it's kind of diminishing returns from there.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 big ones.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so as we talked about, it's you never know how it's going to go. It's weird, like the 80s kids, so to speak, we're the ones that are paying for everything, but somehow like our shit's not making money, but like the kid stuff's making money. Well, who the fuck, stop giving your kids money. You're fucking up the movies.
Yeah.
But again, Masters, kind of flaming out, which sucks. But anyway, nonetheless.
When is that dropping? It should be on digital soon, I'm guessing.
I would imagine so, yeah. I was going to try to back-to-back it and see it again after Washington, but it was already out of showcase. So
yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere.
This was the weekend where the screens got pulled, I think.
I don't know if Regal's got it or not.
Yeah, but so again, I was trying the movies I want to get to is that I guess if you had like a holy trinity of 80s toys, it's Master of the Universe, it's the Thundercats, which is getting an animated movie.
That came right after me. I wasn't a huge Thundercats person.
Yeah, that's right where the age gap is, right?
I was more like Star Wars into He-Man into...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm thinking like He-Man started 82.
Yeah.
So Thundercats like 84.
I mean, Star Wars, that was really the first action figures.
Yeah.
They kind of went from there.
So I always think Star Wars was a 70s thing.
Yeah, it was late 70s, early 80s.
I know went into it.
What, 81, 83?
Yeah. But so Thundercats is going animated, so at least they learned that, hey, it makes sense. Perfect. Thundercats, you want to talk about expensive.
You don't need to spend the money on that.
No, and with Thundercats, like if you have to cast like known people and put them in cat suits, you're going to they tried that in another movie and it did not end well. So,
but it gave great jokes, especially talking about Dame Judi Dench.
Yeah.
God bless Ricky Gervais.
That's a good joke.
That was a good joke.
But it came out on, he was on a podcast. And someone who I adore is Danny McBride. Kenny Powers himself.
He's been everywhere this week.
Righteous Gem. Yeah, I don't know what he's getting geared up for something. But
everywhere talking about movies that he passed on. Oh, he was offered The Hangover first. He passed on that. They tried to get him back for Eastbound again, and he's saying, "I don't know where we'd go." Yeah,
and then they tried to do spin-offs, and HBO went, "What? No, don't talk to me."
Yeah.
So obviously, like a lot of stuff he's in is weird, right? Like. The fist foot way is kind of weird, but like he's awesome. Tropic Thunder. I love Vice Principals. I love Eastbound and Down. God, all that stuff. Right?
Couldn't do Tropic today.
Oh no,
nobody would go see it.
Gemstones was spectacular. So when you hear he's writing something that and it came out of fucking nowhere too, right? So they're like, the guys were like, I heard a rumor that you were like thinking about writing a G.I. Joe movie, and it's like the G.I. Joe movies that came out like back in the early 2000s, they were trash, right? They were not good at all.
Not great.
They left a lot to be desired. Even in the G.I. Joe, because I went hunting G.I. Joe groups after, because, I was just curious. What? Make it slapsticky? Like, no, it's like Damon McBride is like a phenomenal writer. He's written shit you don't even fucking know. People don't
exactly. They have no idea the credits.
You can't even like. There's stuff that he's not in. Like you do not even fucking know the stuff this guy does. But, he has written the G.I. Joe movie that is not only like being thought about. They start filming next year. So we're getting a G.I. Joe movie.
What studio has that now?
Paramount.
Okay.
Yeah, Paramount Plus has all like the Hasbro stuff.
Let's hope that Oracle stock rebounds.
Yeah. So the G.I. Joe, and it's cool too because. He was a big G.I. Joe fan. He talks about he sells all his toys and stuff like that. So he went comics for the storyline. So there's a comic arc called Welcome to Springfield. And what it is that, the Joes get kind of like go wayside on a mission or, I want to say like the tank breaks down, but that kind of thing, and they end up in this town called Springfield. Not with the yellow people, but the Simpsons, not the Asian community.
Wow.
I just want to preface that.
Left that implied. They would have got it.
I just want the internet to hold it. And so basically they're in this town that they don't realize it until halfway through that it's a makeshift town that's right. Basically, it's like a secret Cobra base, and that's where all like the Cobra troopers and their families live and stuff like that. And like,
it's amazing.
My Mender's lab's underneath, and oh hell yeah! And no one knows the character sets yet, but just from the way he said it, he said you're gonna get Duke. Duke's 100% given. Come on, Howard Richardson, come on. And you're gonna get Gun-Ho because he said Gun-Ho's name like twice as far as like when he's talking about the action figures he likes. I think you're getting Gun-Ho. I think you're gonna get Shipwreck. I think you're gonna get all the good ones. So get ready for G.I. Joe next year. And
do you think they're gonna stunt cast it? Like, are they gonna drop names? Because that's one of the things that got into the last time they did this. We got to the point of that was at the height of the Rock's and stuff like that. Franchise Viagra phase. We're just going to drop him into things.
See, I don't think there's a lot of guys to stunt cast anymore that you can actually afford.
That's true. The budget gets, you can't even afford to drop a Cena.
Yeah, I mean, you might get like a stunt cast like Cobra Commander's voice or something like that, maybe.
Isn't that Leto's job these days?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think you're gonna get like at least one or two like big time action movie guys. Like Al Richardson just screams like, "Yep."
And it doesn't sound like they're gonna be using him for Batman, so it doesn't sound like they're gonna be using anybody, depending on what you're reading.
Like, I mean, depending on what age you want to run be, I mean, I could see like a John Hamm playing like a General Hawk or something like that. Just someone who just kind of like whose chin fits like the fucking the animation kind of, you know.
Certainly, he kind of played that role in Maverick. I mean,
yeah, but
he looks good in a suit.
Your entire like action guard isn't really there anymore. So I don't.
No, and I mean, nobody's believing Chalamet.
Yeah,
carrying around a machine gun.
No. I mean, once he's playing Lady J, he probably the only G.I. Joe he could play.
Yeah,
but
that's awful.
I mean, he looks just like her. I mean, you could.
He's got delicate features.
I know,
that's all.
This could be one of those things where you get a couple wrestlers in there.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
You could certainly, it's that whole.
You know, like who's the dude that came from AEW? Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh, he's a brick shit house.
You probably can't act for a shit, but if you strap the fucking gun to his chest and tell me he's Roadblock, I'd believe it. You know, just something like that.
I mean, no CGI needed.
No, you're going to be looking for you're going to be looking for guys that can fight and that look the part. I think more than you're not typecast. You after the last debacle with like Marlon playing ripcord stuff like that, you want like guys who look the part. So anyway, G.I. Joe's coming. I'm very hopeful. I don't know if this is going to be the whole like they talked forever about wanting to tie in G.I. Joe into the world of the other properties because they're doing it in the comics where like Max Tracker from Mask uses the fallen Transformers to create the mass technology, therefore funding the government program of G.I. Joe, all that kind of shit. I don't know if that's what they're doing.
Trying to retcon some of this shit.
Yeah, they tried to do it in the comic. They did like their like universe in the comics. They just had a new Mask book reboot and stuff like this. I don't know if that's what they're going to try to do, but the G.I. Joe Classified series is a top-selling action figure brand again, so it would just be fun.
I'm torn. The traditionalist in me wants to tell them not to try to retcon any of this shit. However, let's just go back to what started the conversation, right?
Yeah.
They played Masters probably as earnest as you can, keeping that, and it just didn't resonate.
Yeah.
If there is one showing in Bellingham at 9:40, this is it.
Yeah.
You're down to one like late night showing, and that's we are just a month. Came out on my birthday, so we are a month removed.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like it made like $10 million. It made like $1, like a little bit under a shot. It's going to make it, I think, a tad under, well, like a clip under 2, I think, worldwide. I think it was like 135 or something like that.
Okay.
Like that was a couple weeks ago. So maybe like you're in the 150s.
Let me see where at. I do have the mojo up here, so.
Okay. I mean, granted, there was also, there's Plastic People money and stuff. And there's going to be video game money. And
they'll get some, although, I don't know. Have you been in Target lately?
Oh, they shipped a lot of that shit. Well, the big ones also, the whole first wave of the big ones.
When I was just in Marlboro, there was an end cap. It went from the end cap of selling, hey, here's all the new stuff, to the end cap on the other side, the inside of toys. It's already on. Well,
like the stuff that appeals to like adults, there's a lot of kids stuff. There's a lot of kids stuff around.
Yeah.
But like I know, like I got my buddy Joey took his son and some kids from the neighborhood to go see it, and they didn't know what it was. They all friggin' adored it. My nephew loved it, so. Everyone who saw it likes it, for the most part.
But everybody that we know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, everyone I talked to, they made a good movie. It's weird that no one gave a shit.
Nobody. Right now they are 63 domestic, 47 international, 110.
I thought it was like 135-ish a couple weeks ago.
110, and you probably, if you're down to one showing, you're probably finishing somewhere around there.
That's rough.
Yeah.
But yet, like Scary Movie made $100 million. That movie sucked.
I didn't even bother. Like that was one. It'll be on streaming. I didn't even
fucking laugh. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's been so long.
It's weird.
And you also had all those bad scary movies in between.
Yeah, real bad.
Right? It's not.
Yeah. But it's supposed to be like like the fucking like the Homecoming and shit. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you just can't tell. I mean, stuff here makes weird money.
Contrast. Obsession cracked $400 million.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
On a $750,000 budget.
Yeah,
we'll get into it. It's your demographic of the moviegoers and what they're gravitating towards has completely shifted, which I think is going to tie directly into our main topic here.
Yeah. So Master didn't make a lot of money, which was unfortunate because I loved it. You know what didn't make any fucking money? Supergirl. Holy shit.
It almost caught Masters. It's almost there.
Anyone who's listened to any of the hundreds of episodes we've done for it, obviously we're massive honks for the 2-letter brand. So
this one, I'm not going to lie, it confused me. I think there's a big disconnect with people want to say either something's amazing or it absolutely sucks. And this is not on either spectrum. It was totally watchable. It was fine. It honestly reminded me of most of the Marvel movies after, your big boys one night, or the Marvel shows. It was fine. I checked the box. I saw somebody in a suit that I know, but I'm never going back to watch She-Hulk again. I'm never going back to watch any of that, any of the movies they did in between. Shang-Chi or just my person, I didn't look at the watch, but I didn't come out of it saying, oh, I want to see 2 more of those either, right?
Yeah. So we were both pretty excited when James Gunn took over DC, right?
Mm-hmm.
We never had, as DC Comics fans, or just comic book fans in general, but especially DC Comics fans, we've never had the privilege of seeing our stuff build into this grand hurrah like Marvel did, right?
The fact that it came second, well, the irony is they were first. Way back, you had better Superman movies, better Batman movies.
Yep, correct.
You had a Wonder Woman TV show. You had all this earlier.
Cartoon series, way better cartoon series.
And then we grew up with the Super Friends on Saturday morning. Like, you had all of this where the only thing you saw from Marvel was like Fantastic Four and like Hanna-Barbera's World of Super Adventures, like every once in a while on a Saturday.
Like Lou Ferrigno wrestling
you had
drunk guy in a bear costume.
That kind of stuff. And I think it's just the way the landscape shifted. By the time they were coming around to do it again, they were just going to be, it didn't matter what they did. They were going to be constantly compared to Marvel.
They got beat to the punch, yeah.
And right, wrong, or indifferent, there are some of the movies that DC has put out that I like watching more. Like
Wonder Woman, Aquaman 1.
Wonder Woman 84 sucked. The first Wonder Woman
dope,
was fucking unbelievable.
Top tier. Aquaman was excellent.
I blame the powers that be for the Batman Superman debacle because I still think if you had done those separate, I like the standalone Superman movie.
Yeah, me too.
You
I like
should have had a standalone Affleck Batman movie.
Yep.
You tried to cram too much of it in, and oh, by the way, we're going to bring Doomsday in immediately. You didn't need to go there, but it gave them the cheap pop from the sweatpant crew at Comic-Con to throw that logo up on the screen, right? They're catering to it. And like, before we even get into some of the deeper stuff, so just your opinion on Supergirl.
So I was excited when it got announced because when we found out what was going on with it, because I really like the Woman of Tomorrow books. It's a phenomenal comic book. And I guess I was so excited by the gunness of it all that
that's one of my notes.
I probably failed to realize, oh, you know what? Even though I love the story, that's not a good idea. So the movie was, I mean, it was my first 4DX experience. That was kind of cool to finally see something in 4DX. It was not the movie I think to see 4DX in.
No.
It was, I wasn't sold on the casting, but that's neither here nor there otherwise, right? You can bitch about that.
See, it's funny. I actually kind of liked her in the role.
There was obviously things that I needed more of, things I needed way less of. Things that I think it tried to do too hard, which we'll get into in a minute. But so I think as a movie, it was fine, right? Like that's
kind of where I go. It's like mid. It was watchable.
But in the greater context of it, I am so fucking pissed off at this movie because I think it did irreparable damages to the greater thing I wanted. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. I know where you're going with it.
So, and it didn't even hit me like that, I didn't realize at first where it's like, obviously we live in a world where it's all about Instagram and little fucking 30-second blurb thread and all that stuff. You haven't had a Supergirl movie since Helen Slater. You have a tired generation of kids, and they're possibly their kids that don't even know who Helen Slater is, and only know Supergirl from either cartoons or the Melissa show, right?
Yes, your CW, which people forget it got canceled on one network and then moved to the CW. That
Correct.
wasn't part of the Arrowverse to begin with.
Correct. And for what reason? Well, Supergirl's not a very compelling character. Let's just get that on Main Street, right?
It's for all the same reasons that Superman isn't. There's only so many stakes you can give them.
Exactly. So the supers, and we know the supers don't play well outside of America either. We talked about this with Superman.
Never does.
No, never does. So she's a sidekick and a bit part. Number one. Number two, what I'd failed to realize in my getting all jazzed up is like, oh, you're trying to launch a female character who isn't very compelling on the surface, right? And you're picking a source material for it without explaining why she's all fucked up to start with, right? You're not going to any of like the Darkseid Blackguard stuff, any of that other shit that happened before.
The order of operations of the movie threw me.
Yes.
They tried to put the genie back in the bottle and explain why she's so broken halfway through.
Yeah, and I could be wrong. I could have like, they reboot this shit so often. I could have my time on stuff, but I thought the whole reason that she was all fucked up anyway is because of all the when they brought Supergirl back in the was it the World's Greatest Comics where it's like where she basically gets intercepted by Granny Goodness and is forced into big servitude for Darkseid.
They couldn't go there. There's too many characters.
But that was
literally I lost my parents.
Correct. But
it's a Superman story again.
Exactly.
And how one goes to be this heroic figure and this is what the trauma can do to somebody else.
And that's the other problem is that so you're trying to launch a super character, right? Which is, the blue shining hope beacon. And you made a movie that in no way, shape, or form can you sell Halloween costumes to little girls or hoodies or t-shirts or get any kind of fucking momentum for merchandising because she's a fucking drunk.
Well, that's the question.
Who the fuck was this movie for?
Who said they were launching anything? You think it's supposed to be the next thing and it's part of it.
You kind of have to, though, in this day and age.
You don't, though.
You need the filters and the fucking Oreos and shit
You're doing a $40 million Clayface movie that is going to make all of that money back and more. Because I think what we're missing is they're missing the mark. And I'm very curious to see how the Spider-Man plays well overseas. So it'll probably do better overseas than it does here.
It's going to crush.
But you watch that trailer, you're in a world where nobody knows who he is. And, he's literally turning into a spider now. Like his body is, it's going in a weird spot where, no, I just want to see the guy in the red suit swing around. MJ doesn't know him, doesn't have the girlfriend, like she's dating somebody else.
I just want to see the guy with the skull on his chest. I'm calling for a completely different superhero,
But again, so your stunt cast, that's their Lobo. You're trying to bring somebody else in.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, as much as I loved him, you didn't need him.
No.
He didn't add anything to the story. He
was there. He wasn't forced in. He's there natively.
You could have told that exact same story without Momoa on the bike, because what did he actually do? He gave some of the people somebody to play off of?
He Momoa'd it. He gave you another action figure.
That's literally, he was the Rock in this piece, right? Fair. You were just bringing somebody in, and it was almost like he's wanted to play him forever, but he doesn't try to help. Like it's not like there was any moment other than the spot in the jail where
Lobo
they get her out.
Doesn't really help though. Lobo's a piece of shit.
So then there was no point. You can't have a redemption arc story and have like the other
unless it was
character.
To just make her not like the biggest piece of shit in the fucking movie, I guess.
But here's the thing. It's the girls that I've talked to that have seen it love it.
Older girls?
The sweatpants crowd doesn't hate it because it's not a big muscle-bound guy doing heroic things. And why? You can't be upset. Are you shitting me? Superman goes back to the fortress and cries over videos of his parents constantly, but it's okay because it's a guy. This movie wasn't
okay because it's about
this movie wasn't.
No. It was.
They made a movie for girls that you can't really bring young girls to. That was the weird part.
That's wrong. And that's kind of what I was getting at, where it's like you don't have
like it as the
dress ups and the dolls and all that kind of shit. You can't do it.
I'm not even talking about that shit. Like, fuck the merchandising because
Paramount
has more money than God.
I tie them together.
And it doesn't mean like, when's the last time you gave a shit about anything that came out of the Marvel movies? Like, I don't know maybe you. I don't know a lot of people that are clamoring for that next Doctor Doom figure that's coming out.
Oh, no,
you know
but
what I'm saying? It's not.
But like, if you want.
Kids these days don't gravitate towards the toys like we did.
No, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, if in a world where the Supergirl movie was in a spot tonally where little girls could go see it, that it might, like when we saw Batman when we were kids, that's why we showed our kids Batman. That's why, and except, keep the ball rolling kind of, you know what I mean?
It's, there wasn't much levity in this movie.
Yeah.
At all. It's
indoctrination. That's what I'm looking for.
Indoctrination. Yeah, no. You're doing good. It's one of those things. Yeah, the girls. Like Harley hasn't seen it yet. I'll be curious now. It looks like it's going to hit streaming at the end of the month.
Oh shit!
They talked about it. They're there. Well, we say that when it's movies. When we had a coach that would cut people years early, like Belichick was a genius for doing it. Why not cut your losses and get it out there and make whatever you can out of it off what little momentum you have, and nothing's going to change it other than just giving more fodder to people like us to be able to sit there and say, dropped again. It's down another 50. It's down another 70.
Yeah. No,
it'll finish somewhere. It'll probably pull in just because it's summer and you'll see it in theaters for another. That's one of those ones that'll be in theaters it'll be in theaters Friday, and hey, on Monday.
Yeah.
Download it from Apple TV or wherever you get your streams from, right? So it was confusing. Now, here's a perfect example. So some of the people, we did it. Heather and I went down to Jersey. We did it as a watch with Kev.
Mm-hmm.
We happened to be in town for some other stuff. So we went. The guys in the audience hated it. They made comments. My one question, the thing that kind of took me back was it was like the director was trying to make a gun movie.
I was just about to get to that.
And this is what I asked him. Like, it felt like it wanted to be a gun movie, or he was trying to make the boss happy, when if that's where we were going,
just let
gun fucking do it. Like, even the bad needle drop in the third act, it's like, Gun would have done better.
Tried way too hard to try to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was
by the way, there's only one good Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
The second one wasn't great. I could have cared less about Ego.
Yeah.
I don't, but there's more of your stunt casting, right? We can get another big name, and God, Disney loves those alumni.
I said, and it tried to put the music in there and everything, and she had didn't she have like a Joan Jett t-shirt? It was just way. It was way like you said, trying to make the boss happy.
I was kind of laughing after watching the movie, like people bitching about her wearing headphones or this and that. Like, oh, they're just trying to do the Star Wars thing. This is where I think your order of operations really hurt the movie. Because you can see her when she originally made it to Earth and the trauma she's going through, like trying to process. And that's her blocking out the world. The headphones was
shut the powers off.
All of a sudden, I can hear everything in this fucking place and I don't know how to shut it off. So there were reasons for it. A lot of the discourse online never bothered. Like, they had already checked out in the first act. And now it's just like, how much can I trash this fucking thing?
Yeah.
Which is sad. That's why I don't think it was, and I'll say it, I don't think it was as bad as everybody was saying. It was watchable. Heather loved it. She liked it, but that's an older woman watching it, right? So that whole, her finding her heroic side to go save, like, the victims of sex trafficking, taking down it plays differently generationally.
Yeah. Which is basically the equivalent of what the whole dark side thing was. It's almost like she gets human trafficked and the trauma causes her to, that's
so they kind of put some of it in, but you couldn't go too many characters to try to explain to get that into a
correct
90-minute movie.
But again, that's the kind of reason where I'm kind of like, you didn't need a Supergirl movie right now. I think it's just that the whole thing was wrong place, wrong time.
Another order of operations. I think she worked better as a big character. You didn't. And I'll go to my grave saying it, and I'm not taking credit for this. This came from, actually, Kevin and Mark said it a long, long time ago. You don't need to be spending $150 or $200 million on these movies.
No.
You don't need that math to work against you from day one.
Yeah.
Because let's not kid. So we just talked about it with regards to Masters. These are all rich motherfuckers that are going to make what they want. So our opinion as to what they're making or what they're losing on it. And if they think something's going to lose, they will just Batgirl it and write the shit off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can get, these guys aren't, yes, they want it all to be profitable, but one of them doesn't derail the whole ship. by any stretch of the imagination, Superman, Man of Tomorrow's in production now.
Yeah.
Heavy production. I wish they would stop sending.
Yeah, no shit.
Showing pictures.
I don't need to know about all the production.
But
if anyone's listening.
I mean, good Lord, I didn't need to see Lex in the suit already.
Yeah, no shit.
You could have saved that one. We knew it was coming based off seeing his fucking Lex bots.
I didn't need to see that till I saw the fucking movie.
Like, as we watched it in that big battle scene, like, paint the motherfucker green. We're there.
Yeah.
We're so close.
Yeah.
But you didn't need to send that out this far in advance. Just stop showing us all the shit.
Yeah. No, like, there's so many, like, so much of that movie just didn't need to be there, like you said. So, number one, like, I know it's part of the book. That movie had way too much fucking Ruthie. She was driving me fucking just way too much.
And this is, see, it was disjointed. So, is she supposed to be Kara's conscience? Like, is there supposed to be that tug? I mean, there's a tiny bit of comic relief with the
tug in some way, shape, or form, but she's supposed to be the thing that keeps like pulling her to like do the good thing or some shit like that.
I think I might be one of the only people in the world that didn't bump into her offing him at the end. The sword was a little weird, but okay. You want to use Ruthie's sword? That's how she gets her.
That's off the cover of the book.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. I mean, we've seen Superman break Zod's neck. We've seen Superman kill motherfucker. Like, go back, Superman.
Yeah.
It's happened, right? So we're not exactly in Homelander territory, but the fact that I took more that she's doing the act for Ruthie. So she's already broken. She's already fucked up. There's no need that this innocent kid has that kind of shit on her conscience.
Yeah, you need all the different space travel scenes.
Why does she have a spaceship? Where did she get a spaceship? I get the whole we're playing on a planet with a red sun, so I can actually. Well, I mean, they've done. Remember, they had to retcon in the Flash series where they came up with something so we could actually feel the effects of alcohol.
Yeah. You didn't need like the space taxi scene and the little Babu Freak and all that shit and all the stuff that cost money.
But it was Babu Freak.
Basically, it was Babu Freak. Yeah. Was that Seth Rogen? It sounded just like Seth Rogen.
Yes, it was.
Okay, was it?
Yeah, no. Seth Rogen had a cameo.
You need to pay Seth Rogen.
I think he just wanted to play. Yeah. He's like friends of.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, and obviously you need to put her in the soup, but like you just said, you don't need to be spending $150 on this thing. And before I get to that, I'm sorry. I don't want to get.
Please.
And another thing too is like when you have, and Marvel's run up against this countless times, right? When you don't have a Batman or a Captain America or an Iron Man, you cannot choose Thor: The Dark World levels of fucking villains.
That's a perfect example.
Like, what the fuck?
And I don't care how big you make the stunt casting. That was a bad movie.
You could have done Brainiac. You could have done a movie where she goes up against like Brainiac 13, like the kid one, and have that tie into where then they become friends and you meet a couple of the other Legion guys and then you get right into fucking big Brainiac for the next movie. You could have done something like that, right?
I hate to say it. You probably should have just gone big three. It's been far enough where you could have done another Wonder Woman. You could have gone Batman.
Yeah, that goes back to you didn't need this movie.
Establish your Trinity, and then you can start branching off from there.
Or at least pick another like JL member, like proper or something like that. So Supergirl's the wrong choice.
I mean, you're not going to draw anybody with a Martian Manhunter movie.
Yeah.
They already determined that they're not going back to the Lantern Well. Because and probably for the same reason we were talking about why you couldn't do the storyline justice. To do Green Lantern you got to introduce a fuck ton of characters.
There's 700
to get any of their big ones. And you just don't have enough.
116 seconds.
Yeah, it's something stupid, right?
Well, I mean, and the guy the Lantern show is coming in August. The guy who's playing Jon Stewart is in the new Superman movie, so you love your Jon Stewart Green Lantern. But the thing is, those five, most people, if you know nothing else about DC, at this point in time, a lot of people who are like into superheroes have watched Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. That's how you learn about all these characters.
Yeah, go.
So that's fine.
That works generationally too.
It does. But again, so you didn't need like the fucking the bad guy was atrocious, right? Atrocious. So if you're going to do something that shitty, like you said, put her on a planet where she has no powers, keep her on that planet for the movie where she has no powers, and basically just do like Wick Jor-El.
You could have totally done something like that, yeah.
Kara Zor-Wick, where like he shoots a fucking dart with the fucking dog and she gets the fucking sword and she's not flying, no super, just fucking dudes up with the sword and it costs $45 million.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think the pricing of this has more to do with anything else. Like, it's going to be really interesting because you've seen some of the numbers when it comes to Doomsday, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're cracking like 300 million.
Oh, it's never going to make its money back.
It may, but you're just setting the bar so fucking high for what you have to.
Behind the eight ball, I think is the case called.
Very much so. And the one thing we were talking on off camera before we started this thing, and I'm curious to get your take on this, is how much of this is a generational thing. We've actually aged out. So think back to when the MCU started, right? How long ago was Iron Man?
I think about it.
I'm trying to think. It's
20-ish.
It's shit. Is it that long?
19 years.
Something like that. Yeah. So you're talking an entire generation of kids have been born, grew up, and now we're the ones spending money on movies.
They're sick of superheroes.
No attachment with
or
tights.
they're just sick of tights.
Which
is why I think if you made her like a badass and you'd even put the suit on her possibly, or not at least maybe like you're on that, like on the planet where it's over the course of a day and Lobo's on the planet and all that's fine. And then like at the very end, when after she's done fighting with these guys with swords, she's up against like the main dude. And right when he's kicking the shit out of her, all of a sudden it's sunrise and the sun comes up. And then all of a sudden she jumps up.
There's your redemption thing.
And fucking, and boom, and just nukes the
guy,
As opposed
to her in the cave with the sun coming up and
and flying around fucking space and all this shit that didn't need to be with your alien pirate chicks, just like the fucking the collector servants from the Guardians of the Galaxy. And
here's my other question: you had so in this world, or this universe, there's 2 Kryptonians left, 3 if we count the dog.
Yeah, well, we got the dog. The dog's the best. Krypto, good boy.
But you have a villain that knows everything there is about Kryptonians, like, and now this is his main nemesis, so he knows to camp out on a Earth with a green sun.
That's a crock of shit, because the only one that knows anything about Kryptonians is Brainiac.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up. That was one of the few things that I kind of geeked out for. So I guarantee you, one, Kara's pod is tied in with Brainiac. It actually looks like, flip it upside down. 2, her little headdress looked like Brainiac's head. So Brainiac's tied into this movie somehow. She's showing up in the next one.
Well, I mean, think about the force field that goes over the city. I was like, oh, Kandor, cool.
That's the first thing I thought of.
I thought it was
it's got to be the Bottle City, no?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Dad just had a force field projector that,
Yeah. Oh, I was glad to see Bernard the elf getting work again, but just a lot of misses, and unfortunately we're so early in this thing where I hope it can survive it.
I'm hopeful. I'm still of the mind, just give me more of them for me to watch. 2008 for Iron Man, by the way. So we're almost 20 years removed from Iron Man. So that happened before Harley was born.
Yeah, I remember pulling Athena out from she'd be in first grade, taking her to midnight releases, her going to school the next day, falling asleep at her desk, and her finger paints and shit.
And you actually care about when the books were being released. They do midnight release parties for all the comics when they were when Disney got their hands on Star Wars. It was at the hall at midnight for all 8,000 covers. I
went to Florida for the night to go to the red carpet premiere of the fucking movie.
Yeah. So
it's a different world, and and this, like you said, the book things, and next episode we're gonna have a big rant about video games and all that shit, and just I don't like the way the world's going.
I didn't even bring that. I had that list, but
it's a whole nother episode.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I just wish I wish it didn't have to live up to the expectations that everybody placed on it, because the internets are not a nice place, kids.
No, they're not. She didn't do herself any favors either. She's kind of a dick, but
that's for old white men that are not happy. It's a generational thing of people. You still have a gap.
Chicks giving her shit too.
You still have a gap. Yes, the ones that are posting 30-second clips online, bitching and moaning for, so they get paid with engagement. That's
indoctrination.
How many times she's that's what this episode's going to be called. No, if she made a mistake, she answered questions honestly, which people don't like that. People want, which is why we talked about.
Do it for the second one.
which is why we talked about, like, you were listening to the press conference. I'm wearing the Celtics here today. They answered honestly. That's no good because that's not what I want to hear you say. You have to say the thing that's already in my head.
Yeah.
So she was definitely taking a task for that. I like her. She's good in House of Dragon. I didn't bump into, let's not forget, kids, this is the same Supergirl you all went nuts for a year and a half ago when she was in Man of Steel. Like,
yeah.
And
that might go back to Supergirl, I think, in general, is best to be digested in bit parts.
She's a secondary character. No, she shouldn't have been the second movie out.
She's a classy superhero. I mean, if nothing else, this movie should have been, if you had to do a Supergirl movie, right? This movie idea should have been saved for Supergirl 2.
For sure. You would have been better off doing, and people would have bitched about this too, but it would have went over well if you did the CW version, like the fish out of water kind of thing. I would rather her been
the Superboy replacement in like a Legion movie.
You could do, but you're still thinking world building.
I know.
They're not there.
I know.
They rushed that shit once before.
This is fair.
And it went horribly. Well, and now those assholes I love Zach's movies. I like them all for different reasons. They're hoping he comes back.
That's not happening.
Who knows? It might be one Ellison sitting there wearing his, MAGA hat saying, I like that boy. And he's not under contract with Netflix anymore, I don't think. He could go back.
Because everything he made for them tanked.
All I know is that boy's still living large.
Of course.
He's printing cash and he still has a name. And some people will go, this whole thing could blow up on Gunn and somebody else is going to hire him.
Oh,
because he's got enough of those big ones.
No, Zack Snyder, I think Watchmen's a top 10 comic movie. I think
Watchmen was amazing.
The opening of Watchmen might be a top 3 comic book movie moment.
He actually, the problem he had there was he tried to make it so close to the actual source material that he lost the rest of the audience.
Yeah, I always thought it was just the giant blue swinging piece versus two balloons.
No, there were shots in the comedian's apartment that were frame for frame right out of the book. It was insane.
Amazing.
But that's for old white guys that read The Watchmen. That's not bringing kids in that want an Owlcraft or they don't.
Kids shouldn't be watching The Watchmen.
It's one of those, The Watchmen show was amazing.
It shouldn't be 12-year-old kids.
The Watchmen show was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite episodes of television was in that series. But I don't know. I think we're really bumping up against this wall when it comes to the superheroes because the whole idea and the thing that made the MCU work so well is you had a core group of us. So 20 years ago, I'm 32 when Iron Man comes out. 30, it's 18 years ago. So 34.
Yeah.
So it's still close enough to when I actually gave a shit about all this stuff that you sucked me back in.
Well, and two, we were just we're getting a what? We don't have any of this stuff yet. Now we have fucking.
And now they're just pumping it out, and they've made so many of them. And now you've come on to another generation where they didn't grow up with it. They don't care.
Well, no, it's superheroes. That's not stuff my dad bitches about that they only bat 300 on.
It's one of those things our kids were kind of, back to your favorite word, indoctrinated into this. They've seen a lot of this shit. Some of them get named after characters.
Forced fandom. I know. What a fucking psychopath.
I know,
Who
right?
the fuck does that?
Yeah. Which is funny because the boss actually talked about Harley on one of the episodes of Momly. So, I'm not sure everybody that's listening to us makes their kids listen Chris does. They go to the breath. But it's one of those things she watched with me as long as she cared. And then as soon as the interest waned, she doesn't, there's no more clamoring to go to the movies the minute they're released because I'm going to be able to watch it in my bedroom a month from now.
Yeah, because even my kid loves Supergirl. She's if it was a Supergirl cartoon series, she'd be all over it. Yeah. But it's the time and it's the commitment. And she's always tired from work. She hasn't gone to see. I'm going to try to take her this week. Maybe I'll go tomorrow for cheap night, but.
It's one of those things, you're trying to take a more serious tone on this. Remember, James Gunn is also the guy who made the $3 million bad Superman movie.
Yeah.
That didn't work either. You have to capture.
Cool movie though.
It's a very cool movie.
Yeah.
You have to capture the interest of that younger generation. And right now, they don't give a fuck about anybody that can shoot lasers out of their eyes or fly or a ton of CG.
Yeah. Which is why you probably should have done Red Sun Planet. Like, it all sort of happened in the bar. Like, and done like a John Wick thing with her, with the dog.
I think Clayface is going to do 3 times as much as Supergirl, because that actually plays into, give me a DC horror universe.
Well, horror is the number one genre right now.
Obsession's made a ton of money. Backdoor is making all kinds of money.
Yeah, all this creepy fucking shit.
Cheap budgets. They're cranking these things out.
And it's a horror movie that's going to come out at Halloween time too, which obviously won't hurt, right? Because some of these fucking movies come out like in the middle of the fucking summer, like in January.
Talking about it on FANMEN this weekend when they did the Super. This lends yourself.
No relation to our show, no inspiration.
No.
We had a complete original name. We came with it on our own, all that.
Yeah, of course. Like they didn't steal this from Batman. So anyways, they were talking about like, there's a vein where Clayface does well. Do a $40 million a town of movies. Lean into that Justice League Dark. You don't have to do a $200 million Guillermo.
Again, the demon.
But that's a niche. There's other characters, like the female magician is going to play better than
but you can do a medieval demon movie and not have to let people know on the surface it's tied to a comic book.
You could,
I think like it's the stuff that when you like we're talking about, like when you can go different genres, when you can thread the needle and be like, oh yeah, it's Superman, but no, it's a horror movie, or it's like a fantasy epic, or something like that. It's a magic movie.
You have much more leeway with those characters that people aren't familiar with.
When you don't put a giant fucking S on their chest, it really fucking, like you said, you're playing from behind.
We've talked about it. Those characters are incredibly hard to write for.
Yeah, it was.
Wonder Woman is incredibly hard to write for.
Oh yeah,
which is why you had one really great one.
And then the other one piece of dog shit.
Reed Richards kind of fucked that whole thing up.
Yeah. But like, and I guess here's the other thing too that like no one's even like really talking about this. The one thing that scares me, right, is on top of the fact that it's hard to do a super movie. It was the wrong tone. It was trying too much to be James Gunn, yada, yada, yada. It was not a good script, I don't think, on the surface, right? Granted, I'm not a script writer.
Yeah, you read some of the other stuff going on. It seems like they loved the script when it came through. They hated the first cut. And then there was a battle over the director had his cut.
Yeah.
The studio did their cut.
She's also doing the scripts for Batman and the Titans. And that terrifies me right now because...
She's not doing, but she's doing a Wonder Woman and the Titans.
Oh, Wonder Woman and the Titans. Yeah.
But she was accomplished. She didn't forget how to write in this.
No, I know, but some people can't...
There's actually somebody behind the camera triggering all this shit.
No, I know, but...
That takes and shapes the story.
People do like, hey, I might do real good in this lane, but like when you try to put capes on stuff, it might not work out. I'm just saying like... I think Clayface is going to do very well. I need whatever they end up doing with Batman to fucking hit a home run, and
I honestly don't think you're going to get another Batman until Shiny Batboy's done with it.
Well, he's done for this next one.
I think they're going to, and you're just filming now with next year being post. I don't think that comes out until 28 or very end of 27. I think
someone's speedrunning something with Batman in it.
I don't think they're going to try. You can't launch characters in a silo, let alone trying to confuse.
Okay.
You want to try to explain the people that are bitching about this, about a DC multiverse, that there's just different Batman in different places.
So then maybe if you don't do Batman, I think someone's going to speed run Batman Light. Maybe they speed run like, hey, we need a Red Hood or a Nightwing movie. We need something Gotham based where Batman's around, but you need to. Everyone knows Gotham. Everyone knows Joker. Everyone knows all that kind of shit.
I'd be more fearful that they're gonna continue to fire people over there and gut it, and you're gonna see a ramp down that way.
If we're all just start over again for the 15th time.
No, just in general. Because remember, this is still a tiny little piece of the larger Warner. They own a lot of IP.
Yeah.
And they extended themselves.
Why can't we have good things, Christopher? Why can't we just get a fucking, like, can I just get like 10 DC? Can we get far enough in the fucking process where I get something besides Batman and Superman? For fuck's sake. What the fuck?
You go back to the, well, you say that, but everybody's got a 6-foot hard on for Doomsday because your original toy came back. And the reason they did it is because we tried to give you new shit. Nobody cared about the new shit. And now we literally had to drop our pants and write giant checks to bring back all the original toys just to hope you come back into the theater. Like,
they picked the wrong new shit.
That's like people were bitching about the Cavill of it all. David kicked ass as Superman. Like he's probably closer to the embodiment of that character.
Oh, he was
like
great.
That naivete and all. Like he's the closest you've had to a Reeves Superman since Reeves.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, Ralph was fine. Then the Kate Bosworth of it all, fuck that. But no, I'm with you. It's a tough thing to thread. I mean, this girl, Anna's going to be writing some more movies. I'm going through her shit. I mean, she did a ton of TV shit.
Yeah. She was on the HBO kind of TV stuff, right?
She did Vampire Diaries for years. It's stuff like that. She did some of the Blacklist stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Was that Cinemax or something like
that? Blacklist was NBC.
Oh, no, Blacklist. I'm thinking Black Mirror. No, Blacklist was the James Spader show.
Yeah, exactly. That was Ultron.
Yeah.
For 11 seasons or whatever
James
Spader.
It was. We don't talk about Ultron. No, he's worse than Bruno.
It's important to talk about the misses too. And fuck. You killed off characters that you didn't even need to in a movie that was like inconsequential.
I know. Well, what was your? So I gave it a 6 out of 10. What was your score?
Yeah, I'd be like a 6.5. It's like very mid.
Very mid.
It's totally watchable. I don't hate the fact that it existed.
I'll buy it. I'll throw it on the shelf.
I'll end up throwing the Steelbook up with the rest of them, and it's one of those things. I probably won't go back to it.
I bought the action figures, except for the bad guy.
The Lobo figure looked awesome.
The Lobo figure's killer.
That's the Lobo figure. That has some weight to it.
For a standard action figure, it's a fucking amazing figure.
No, I'll be curious. I think much like we all railed Marvel when they let Gunn go away, hopefully the Ellisons are smart enough to not let Gunn go away.
I hope so, yeah.
As soon as you let him out the door, yeah, it's the guy.
Image is going to pick him up, and we're going to get a freaking She-Spawn movie. We're going to get freaking
I don't know if you heard
the Max and
Kev was hoping for absolute Batman. Like, just go there. And Bernard, I see your eyes lighting up. And Bernard's like, Kevin, if everybody that read that book went and saw the movie, it is a colossal failure. Even if they all went 10 times, it is a colossal failure.
Well, you have to bring in others. The cartoon.
You are going to get the cartoon, which they're still actively producing DC content. Like they haven't closed the spigot at all for Gunn.
Oh yeah, no.
So they're still announcing projects and everything like that. We'll just see where it goes cinematically.
I think the next thing we're getting
2 Superman, like 3. Essentially Superman movie back to back.
But I think they had already written it. I think they started doing the animation for the Mystical Miracle show, which I'm very excited about too, because obviously I love that character. But we'll see how it goes. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Let's get into Mount Fanmore.
All right, Mount Fanmore.
Okay, so on top of Supergirl,
I like this one.
Atrocious. Someone had a birthday. Not Chris Davis, America.
America
had big boy birthday this week. We tried to get in before 4th of July, it just didn't work out. Again, it was 1,000 degrees.
250 years. We won't dwell on the fact that that's usually when a democracy falls apart. Like nothing's lasted long in that. But you know what? I'm wholly confident in the leadership we have in this country to steer us through.
There we go. That's the spirit.
Yep. They could throw a hell of a carnival. I saw all 8 people there. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, Flo Rida.
Hey, boy's still earning off that one fucking apple bottom jeans song. You know?
Hey,
so
good for him.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I know he spins me right round. Well, how do you want to do this one?
So the idea that I had was going through pop culture, anything TV, movie related. There are certain characters that are like the embodiment of America or an American kind of a thing. And I figured we could go top 4. And I mean, good Lord, I don't know what your list looks like, but mine is all over the fucking place.
Mine's pretty interesting.
There's a lot of them depending on how you wanted to spin this. We were joking about, certain guy with an S on his chest because they love having that shot of him with the American eagle on his arm and everything like that. We won't talk about these stories when he landed in Russia, which, by the way, is one of my favorite stories. And why can't they do that one? Give me that horror movie. It'd be amazing. I'm just spitballing as my co-host is dying over here. Yeah.
Jesus, why didn't they just do that? Why didn't they just do Red Sun Supergirl?
You could have totally done something like that. I'm hopeful that at some point they get to the Clark versus Kara. Let's get to that point where, for whatever reason, it's a Brainiac thing, it's Darkseid. Somebody turns Kara and you get those two. Or, better yet, we've had stories where Clark turned.
Yeah.
Turn Clark And then you have a soup to go with Wonder Woman and all of that shit, right?
I mean, Brainiac's around. Brainiac makes sense.
It's there.
Yeah.
We know you're going to have somebody with pointy ears at some point that always has a plan to take down everybody that he works with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so yes, I mean, it's obviously we've been around for so many years now. It's hard to keep doing 4th of July lists. This was a very good idea.
It is.
Very good idea.
We've already done
and we don't get
cookouts.
too many Chris Davis recommended.
Yeah, not very often. No.
Topics.
That's kind of play along.
So we want. All right. I'll go first,
please.
So not to bring up older gentlemen who wear red hats.
Ooh.
They're known for I'm going Hulk Hogan.
There you go.
No, I mean,
he was actually, I'll be honest, he was the inspiration for the category. And then it kind of spawned from there. Then it's like, I can go from there to here, to here, to here. But that's definitely thinking about as you were a kid, it's the embodiment of America. He's fighting the Iron Sheik when you were fucking,
I remember, no.
You were fucking like sperm. I remember watching him win. My dad would show me because Nesson, so that's a sports channel up by us in Massachusetts. They used to actually show the old wrestling from the Garden. Yeah. They would replay house shows.
I mean,
back in the day.
The first Hogan feud I remember watching, I think, was King Kong Monday, so WrestleMania 2.
So,
but 100%, like, and obviously the political stuff was all jokes aside, like, this is strictly just Hulk Hogan. I mean, the song,
American icon, red, white, the flag guitar, the whole thing.
100%.
Yep, I had him on my list as well. Second one that popped into my mind, Rocky.
That's a good one.
I had a hard time thinking of anybody going like, that is the embodiment of like the Cold War, America versus Russia. He's wearing Apollo's flag shorts, which, by the way, how many different companies sell those continuously?
The American dream, the underdog gets the shot.
It's the whole thing. And what's funny, I think this is something. I mentioned it to Heather at lunch today. I'm like, I have this weird desire to watch a Rocky movie.
Oh, I watched Creed the other day.
I watched Creed on the plane back from San Francisco.
Creed. Top 3 Rocky movie. Top 3 Rocky movie.
And you know what's funny? I may not go Rocky proper. I may go to the end. I may want to see old broken down Rocky run in the restaurant.
Balboa. Balboa's a great movie.
I may go Balboa tonight. I'm going to go Rocky.
Okay. I'm thinking when people think of American pop culture icons, I picture obviously like not only what they do, but what they wear is, their attire is obviously part of it. You need the colors do help. And when those colors when you can see, the merch from a mile away and I know what that is.
Yeah.
I'm going Evel Knievel.
That's a good one.
You know that the stars and stripes like V on his jacket.
Yeah.
You know it from the t-shirts or from the wind-up toys, from the lunch boxes, all that shit.
I like that. And only in America would be stupid enough to try all that shit.
Yeah, and if jumping over buses and all that stuff's a little too serious for you, you can substitute out Super Dave Osborne if you want.
Yep.
I think it was Canadian.
Although in this you listen to him in like the Aristocrats and some of the other stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
We can't put him in front of families.
No, but the Super Dave character was great.
Can't put him in front of families.
Nope. Remember the cartoon with the Asian guy? Jesus fucking Christ.
Especially when you see Super Dave in later, like, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Fucking so funny.
Speaking of which, we'll save it for another episode. Larry David has a new show coming out.
Excellent.
Unreal. Okay. This is where I'm going back to the comics, and I'll give you dealer's choice. I had two of them next to each other. They kind of do the same thing, one from each of the companies. You could go either Captain America or Uncle Sam, which a lot of people don't. We saw Uncle Sam on all the posters, like in history class growing up and everything like that, and don't think about the fact that it was an actual superhero for a while.
Yeah.
Like, which, he wasn't a Legion, was he? Now I'm trying to think. Like,
what, comic company or?
No, it was a DC property.
Oh, yeah.
And there's that iconic cover of like Superman, Wonder Woman with Uncle Sam in the middle.
Yeah. I don't remember.
But he was part of a team. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But it's give you one from each company to choose from. Uncle Sam's so on the nose that I'm okay with it, but kind of so is Cap. So.
Okay. Well, I already gave you a wrestler. You gave us comic book characters. I'm going to combine the two in a hybrid.
Okay.
I'm going Sergeant Slaughter. But for me, it's more the G.I. Joe Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah. No, he works. You know what's funny? I didn't put him on the list. Probably because I ran out of room.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Marine Corps hat. You got granted he became an Iraqi sympathizer,
Yeah,
kayfabe,
but
but like it's
he was one of my favorites growing up. I've shown you the picture of me at like age 10
Oh yeah,
with Sarge when he was doing like literally a high school show.
Yeah, Love Stars and Slaughter, and the fact that he created a wrestling character big enough where they made him a real American hero basically in the cartoons, and then he had his own team, the Squadron Marauders and stuff, and he had his own vehicle and all that stuff. So
I like that. All right, I'm going to go away from those kind of guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to go back to, and I said it, and then I was shocked that I saw it on some of those. I'm going John McClane.
Okay.
You could have gone there. You could have gone Dirty Harry. Like, and this is very much the stereotypical image of like the macho American, do it all himself. Like the fact that they made him a New York City cop.
Yeah.
And it could be too that they just kept bringing Germans to fight, or they send him to Russia with his kid to fight after. They, excuse me, they very much played up into the.
We don't talk about that one. That was
no, but they literally sent him Chernobyl or something like that.
So,
like,
some shit.
It was
like
something stupid like that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we got a German. The brother's coming back in a couple. It's like, you had those kind of things. I don't know. Were they international in two? I know Dad from Good Times was in there in a white snowsuit riding a snowmobile. But beyond that, it was another airport. I know that. That was going under expansion. And it's basically Die Hard.
So it's a subway station or an airport?
Yeah. So I'm going John McClane. Yeah.
Okay.
He's my proxy for pretty much all. You could have gone, and I'll give you dealer's choice here if you want to bring another one. Could have gone a Rambo. You could have gone to nope. Please go.
So I see your 80s movie icon and I raise you one. I'm going Pete Maverick Mitchell.
Perfect. Any of those kind of guys.
Not only, obviously.
I'm glad you cut me off before I got there because we were going Commando into Maverick.
Yeah. And if nothing else, Tom Cruise not only saved America a couple times, he also saved the movies. So
he totally saved the movies. I like him. All right. I am going to go see somebody has to use a president here.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Han Solo as the president in Air Force One.
Okay.
Get off my plane.
What was that? It's President.
I wanted to say Bartlett, but that's West Wing. That wasn't it.
Totally different thing.
That was the first thing that popped in my head. I'm like, no. And I just looked it up on IMDb. It says President of the United States.
Where's Harrison Ford? I mean, he's Indiana Jones.
That's what I wrote.
He's the president. He's Han Solo. He's fucking what's his name there? Fucking Some of All Fears there. Fucking Jack Ryan.
Yeah, Jack Ryan. Which, by the way, Krasinski in the new Jack Ryan, excellent.
Decent.
Excellent. Yeah, so, well worth a watch.
Let's go Harrison Ford proper.
Yeah.
And I
actually wrote down Harrison Ford with then a little arrow that said Air Force One because I could not come up with the character.
All he encompasses.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. I'm going to go. I mean, I was trying to find an athlete. It's, you figure, do you go baseball? Do you go football? Do you go hockey? Do you go American? I'm going a different kind of athlete.
I'm old enough. I'd probably go Olympics.
I'm going a true American icon. Joey Chestnut.
I knew exactly where you were going.
Joey Chestnut.
Again, much in the Evel Knievel vein.
Glizzy Gobbler.
Something that is only a thing here.
No, but I mean, remember all those years he battled the Japanese.
Kobayashi. Yeah.
Now they know Joey Chestnut places. The Joey Chestnut has a bunch of merchandising in the Vietnam and in Asia and stuff like that. There's Joey Chestnut like bobbleheads and shit.
Like 110 degrees at Coney Island. He ate 66 hot dogs.
Yeah, the only thing I think that's worse is the guy was chugging gallons of lemonade.
It's fucking. It was disgusting.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it this year. Like the idea of soggy rolls that you're just jamming in. Like I'm such a texture person. I couldn't get by it.
Yeah, I like a nice butter grilled.
A handful of like 4 dogs just gnawing on, just jamming into your mouth. Oh
no! For comparison, I made 2 racks of ribs for 4th of July in the smoker. I think I ate 2 ribs and a scoop of potato salad. That was my dinner.
Yeah, no, without the kid here, not overeating. It's like a burger, handful of chips. It's like
I'll go home and throw burgers on.
That's it. Like we're making like 8 pizza tonight, and it's like, okay, whatever. All right, I'm gonna go. I said I wasn't going to go any more comic book characters because those two are like way on the nose. I'm going to throw out a curveball at you here. I'm going to go Billy Joel.
Okay, I thought you were going to go Bruce Springsteen. So
No, same idea. Although Bruce Springsteen, they all love using Born in the USA, which has nothing to do about American values, and it's actually a protest song about all the stupid wars that.
yeah, correct.
But
Yeah.
I'm going Billy Joel more for the Iron Curtain concert, the first American to go over to Russia, much in the Rocky vein.
Yeah.
The first one to be allowed to play in Moscow. Spent a week there. It was like a huge deal. You may be a little young. This would have been mid-'80s, where they actually allowed an American artist.
Yeah, no, I remember.
And it was questionable where are you going to feel safe?
Yeah.
Being over there, like taking that kind of stuff. We were towards the end of it, but you were still in the Cold War at that point.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nice. That's a good one. I want to go comic book character. It was hard to comic character proper.
I had a couple more here.
I'm going Superman, but it's Chris Reeves Superman.
Sure. I had Soups on here.
So I'm going just straight Chris Reeves. Because that was such a big movie.
Yeah.
And much like Rocky, by the fourth movie, he fights a Russian-looking dude with puffy blonde hair. But nonetheless, we don't talk about that one. But same thing. Putting the flag on the moon kind of shit. No, it's just
No, I'm with you. I'm gonna skip those two because they're just pieces of shit. And really, I had the Peacemaker Homelander combo on there.
Oh yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, we'll just kind of get rid of both of those.
Yeah. I got one more. So
I have one more. So we're gonna kill those guys off. My last one, we're bringing it right back to our movie discussion. I'm going Tony Stark / Iron Man.
Interesting.
Just because that is the stereotypical embodiment of your American capitalist.
Okay.
Billionaire, playboy, drunk, makes all his money off of fucking arms. He's literally selling to the military. It's very much that like Republican war hawk.
Yeah.
Like
charismatic Elon Musk.
It's like a caricature of
charismatic Elon Musk.
Funny thing, nobody liked Stark in the comics.
No.
This wasn't a big he was that asshole.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
He just had a hell of a redemption arc.
Yeah.
So what's your last one?
So you bring up American capitalism. This person has their hand in, especially on 4th of July, every T-shirt, every paper plate, every lawn decoration, every Hallmark little thing, whatever you can think of, red, white, and blue. They're part of it. They got the hat on, the whole nine. Snoopy.
Been around for generations.
And every 4th of July, you go to Lowe's, there's Snoopy thing for your garden, Snoopy the Uncle Sam's hat, every TJ Maxx, Snoopy everything, Snoopy napkin holder, Snoopy paper plates.
We were in Michael's, and I saw the Snoopy stuff. We were there on the 4th of July, so it was already on clearance.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they had a whole end cap of Snoopy and Woodstock stuff.
Yep.
Had a sort of top hat. It's Snoopy as Uncle Sam. It's Snoopy as...
100%.
Yeah.
And I love the little son of a bitch.
Yeah, no. I like that one. That's a good pull.
I love Snoopy so
much. I really like that pull.
Doesn't get the play some of the other characters do, but fucking hell, I love Snoopy.
Nope.
Got a new movie coming out,
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
A theatrical one. New Peanuts theatrical coming out soon. The last one was really good. The one that came out like a decade ago, super good.
I'll watch that.
Yeah. Okay, so we have...
All right. So, by rules of FanMore.
Oh, yeah.
We have two that have to go up.
Which are...
We immediately put up Hogan.
Oh, yes, Hulk Hogan.
We both had Hogan. And we both had Soups on the list.
We did.
So, we have 2 spots.
I forgot about the rules.
I'll give a Iron Man Stark. That can go away.
Thank you. You don't have to fucking argue against it.
No. And you know what? You can take...
I'll get rid of Joey Chestnut.
All right. Oh, I never even said Kurt Angle. That's okay.
Not well.
I'm going to get rid of Captain America too. It's too on the nose. If I'm going to keep one, I'd keep Uncle Sam.
And I think we put him on another list. A couple years ago.
I think Uncle Sam would be better. Let's see. Who else can I get rid of?
Because we put Hogan on there, I'll get rid of Sarge because you can't do 2 wrestlers.
Yeah, 2 wrestlers would be tough, and that's kind of why I didn't talk about Angle.
Yeah,
I just kind of left that there. I'm going to make a strong case for Rocky.
I'm going to make a strong case for Snoopy.
I can see Billy Joel is very niche. It had more cultural impact than being on a FanMore.
Yeah.
And it'd be really hard to carve those droopy eyes. So I'm going to get rid of Billy.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can get rid of Maverick because if you just saw,
I mean, we'd have to pick one of the three movie people.
If you see Sly without the Rambo hair, you think Rocky.
Yeah.
If you see Tom Cruise, you think Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Fascinating aside as we're going through here.
Mm-hmm.
Just watched an interview today with Christian Bale talking about how he based his portrayal of Patrick Bateman off an interview he saw of Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Which is fucking terrifying. And I'm watching the clip of it. He's so charismatic with dead eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the fuck? I don't know who he was talking to, but I could see. I'm like, oh shit, Maverick's a serial killer. It's fucked up. All right. So Maverick goes away.
So we got Rocky, John McClane, Harrison Ford, Evel Knievel, and Snoopy.
No, Uncle Sam was on there too, but Uncle Sam's probably a little too on the nose.
I thought you bounced Uncle Sam. Captain
yeah,
America.
I killed off Captain America. Yeah, killed that one too.
I think it's Rocky and Snoopy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think Rocky definitely goes up. It's on the nose, but it's literally like American fighting in Russia on Christmas Day. Like, it's the whole thing to the point where they brought it back in Creed 2.
Yeah.
Like we're going back to the well.
Yeah.
I think Rocky gets up there in the classic depiction of him hands over. It's the fucking statue.
Yeah. From A Great American City.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that because we're using Harrison Ford, but there's been so many people you could go what's his name in Independence Day playing the president if you wanted to pick a president.
Yeah.
So get rid of him, and McClane was a stretch anyways.
Yeah. So your Mount Fanmore of patriotic pop culture icons are the immortal Hulk Hogan, Christopher Reeve Superman, Rocky, and Snoopy.
Like it.
Not
bad.
bad.
That's a good list.
That was a good list.
That was fun. Cool.
Yeah. So again, sorry it was a month. Thanks for everyone who came back. And
we're actually around for a little while now.
Yeah. So we'll be Chris is not going to San Diego this year.
Tapping on San Diego, no vacation until next month.
Yeah. Oh, where are you going next month?
We have a trip to Greece. We're doing an adventures.
Oh, nice.
So very beginning of August. Before we pick the kid up.
So
we'll be able to do a few more.
Yeah, we'll throw one in the can for when Chris is in Greece too. So
yeah,
make sure.
We got plenty of stuff to talk about, plenty of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
TV, catch up on the boys. We can do a recap of that.
Yeah. And stay tuned next week for a good old fashioned rant about the state of all these industries and where they're going and how much we fucking
most
hate
definitely. And hey, who knows? Trump may be able to pull off this World Cup for us. Fingers crossed.
Here we go.
If he can just petition for a goal or something tonight.
Hey, he got the right card taker. It's good enough.
We're like an hour and a half away. So we'll see where we go.
He did more for the World Cup than Obama did. No, I'm just kidding.
Of course he did.
Have a good night, everybody.
Later, kids.